Hello one and all, it's Zero Raven here, and today we're going to bring you a new series of videos called ZED Editing Tutorials. In our first video, Getting Started with ZED, I will introduce you to ZED's toolbars, how to set up your ZED program, as well as introduce you to a few of the key shortcuts. Now first off, this is the main ZED editing window. It consists of an editing grid, a default sector, in this case a cube, a single object, and what you cannot see is the light object used for lighting the level. ZED also has two primary taskbars. The top taskbar has your normal File, Edit, View, commands, tools, plugins, and help bars. The lower of the two taskbars has your selection mode. For example, sector select, surface select, vertex select, edge select, object select, light select, frame select, and extra select. Now when you first open up ZED, you will need to set your options for ZED. When you open ZED for the first time, default will be to Jedi Knight, as indicated by the button here in the corner. Double-clicking on Jedi Knight will shift it to Mysteries of the Sith mode. For now, let's leave it with Jedi Knight. To set up your ZED for the first time, go to Tools, and then select your options. The first time you run ZED, you will need to set the resource directories for both Jedi Knight and Mysteries of the Sith if you have the expansion installed. First, it will ask you for the CD directory for both Jedi Knight and Mysteries of the Sith. Typically, this is your CD-ROM directory. Next, it will ask for the actual directory that the game was installed to. In this case, it is listed as my external hard drive in the LucasArts Jedi Knight and LucasArts Mysteries of the Sith folder. Mind you, it's asking for the path to the exe file, not to any other file. You can also set your 3D preview, your environment, which is the editing window, and miscellaneous options. Most of these should be left at default until you are comfortable using the editor. ZED has many basic commands such as creating new projects, opening projects, importing levels or objects, saving your project, and making backup copies of your project. It also has some unique commands such as exporting sectors as 3DOs or shapes, saving a JKL or Jedi Knight level file, and saving GOB files. The view commands allow you to view your objects as either dots, as indicated here, boxes, allowing objects to be viewed as green bounding boxes. The bounding box will vary depending on the size of the object. Or it will allow you to view things as wireframes. Traditionally, I prefer wireframes because it allows you to see the actual boundaries of the object, not just their boundary box. You also have multi-selection mode, which allows you to select how objects are added to a multi-selection. You may either toggle them on and off, add or subtract them to the multi-selection. You can also choose to hide objects and lights. This is useful if you want to focus primarily on the sector and surface editing without worrying about item or light placement. The Commands menu has several functions such as Reload Templates, Next and Previous Objects, Jump to Object, snapping the grid to either an object or the view to the object, setting the view to grid or the grid to the view, 3D previewing the item, and several listed keyboard shortcuts. Your tools include the ability to calculate lighting, check the consistency or resources found in your level, edit your objects, place your cogs, which are scripts, look at the messages sent to you by ZED, which can include things such as resource errors, as well, and check your 3DO hierarchy, which is useful for creating moving objects. It's also where the options, map settings, and 3D preview commands can be found. The level header editor, episode editor, and template edit creator are for when you're working on finalizing your project. Template creator is used for creating objects. You also have plugins and help. Plugins are extra things which can be added to ZED to make creating objects, surfaces, stairs, lights, pipes, or even shatterable, breakable glass. They are standalone applications which must be placed in the ZED directory. They do not come with ZED, but there are a multitude to choose from. You also have help, which includes your basic About the Editor, tutorial links, and topics. I believe that covers the basics for how to open and set up your ZED.